Gullah Tours owner, Godfrey KHill, wants you to know the truth about Charleston and its Gullah culture. In this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups, I speak exclusively with Godfrey one-on-one. And be sure to download the free Quintin's Close-Ups app in your Apple or Google Play stores. Godfrey KHill, it's so good to see you again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for having me back.
Anytime. I see you almost every day.
Yeah, just about every day. We drive by the slave market,
Right.
and as always, you stand right there.
Sure.
And we have a conversation about you. So, yeah, just about every day. It's coming together.
What kind of conversations are you having now with the Gullah Tours in your mind?
In my mind, what kind of conversations? You know, the Gullah culture is a pretty big topic of conversation right now. And the fact is, the conversation is, why are we so exploited? Why is there so many misinformation? There's only one truth. There's one word to what Gullah means, but there's so much misinformation. This culture is not allowed to know its truth. Still today, it's too important. Those people that were stolen and sold, we still can't know who we are today.
What is that truth as we sit here right now?
Well, that truth is, when Mayor Riley took office, Charleston was called Negro Land. We had so many black people in the streets. Lots of black people lived in Charleston at one point. But when Mayor Riley left office, the population had dropped severely. You can't find us now. We've been wiped out. And no one seems to notice. The #1 city in the country for slavery, the people that were stolen and brought to the city of Charleston, stolen people. And today, all of those people have been wiped out. We have no representation. We are not allowed to operate with equal business opportunities still today. How is that okay? That's not okay. Something needs to change.
And you talk about, obviously, the slave market and not having business representation. I understand that you are concerned about bringing your business over to the slave market. You want it there.
That's right.
But the city says...
It's not an option. There are no black tour operators on the slave market. Only white tour operators are allowed on the slave market. And there's a lot of politics involved because Charleston is a very political city. And remember, its glory is from stealing people and selling them. So we've accumulated a lot of power, but we have no representation. They pretend to represent the blacks in this city, but we've been wiped out. Where are the black businesses in this city? You can't find them. You can't find them. It's because we almost don't exist.
Where have they been gone? Where have the African American population gone in your mind?
You know, that's a question for the people that push us out. Where have they gone? Negro land is what we were called because they picked us up from a place in Africa called Negro land. There's a map, 1747, the royal map. It shows you where they got you from. And they don't talk about this in history, and certainly not in Charleston tourism. The truth is not very important, it's just telling stories, which is important. But when they brought us here, we're now all gone. I mean, we've been pushed out. North Charleston, then they drew that imaginary line, that invisible line saying, this is separate, that's North Charleston, because there are a lot more blacks over there. And this is Charleston, where you can find hardly any blacks today. So we've just been pushed out farther and farther and farther and even farther. Gentrification is our name.
What is the state of gentrification right now?
Well, we're the #1 city in America for gentrification. We're the #1 city in America for history, tourism, time and time again. And we are the last city in the nation for education. Charleston, you seem to be doing some wicked operations still today. Wiped out. Number one for gentrification. We're gone.
You talk about education. What headline would you write about education in South Carolina, particularly Charleston?
Education in Charleston. What headline would I write? It would say something like this. History controlled. Do not allow those people to know their history. Headlines would say what the British said. Never allow them to know their language. Never allow them to know their history. And we will always be able to control them, and that is still the situation today. We don't know who we are. We don't know our names. We don't know our nationality. African American is a nickname. Black is a nickname. These are nicknames. Why'd they change our names? Charleston. Why'd you do that? Why'd you steal us, Charleston?
Then that brings me to my next question. What is Gullah?
What is Gullah? Gullah is the most sacred secret that America is still hiding. It's only one word to describe Gullah. Now, we have a lot of people that claim to be Gullah historians. Ask them that question. There's only one truth to this culture. One word. But if you want that word, you see, you don't just give it out, because this is the jewelry that Charleston is exploiting right now. This is the energy that Charleston is manipulating still today. It's the number one city in the country, time and time again, for its history. Gullah is the direct blood to the slaves. The slaves are some very significant people who were not allowed to know their true culture. See, all black people are not the same. All Caucasians ain't the same. All Hispanics, all Latinos are not the same. But all black people, we're not the same either. And if you take African off the table, then what you got? See, this is what Gullah reveals. So, our culture is focused on, and the truth is not allowed. Only stories are told. If you want this truth, let's take a ride on my tour, because all I speak about is the truth. I love breaking down lies, and this city is full of lies. Nahum chapter 3 says, woe to that bloody city that is full of lies. That great eclipse just came to this city, the holy city, on the 33rd parallel. If you don't understand the science, it's okay, but the truth will be known. And those people that you have stolen and you are still breaking down today, they're about to be vindicated.
If you were to create a movie and a book about African American history and Charleston, what would it be? What would be the title?
Wow. It's interesting you say that. I'm working on a film right now with an Emmy Award-winning film producer. And the title, something about the secret bloodlines to the holy city. Something about the true history of Gullah. The name, what it really means. See, the name reveals it all. Lies can't last forever. The book, there's a book coming out. We got about 4 to 5 months. It's being edited now.
Okay.
So the secrets about this city are about to be revealed. Charleston is known as the city with the secret history, or the hidden history. Why the secrets? Still today. We were brought here in 1619, August 21, Fort Comfort, Virginia. Slavery began in 1619 in Virginia. Well, Donald Trump just signed this act into Congress. And everyone needs to know about it, because he did it in the White House in front of the whole world, but there's no talk about it. The H.R. 1242 Act, he signed into Congress, and Donald Trump just admitted that these people that you have nicknamed African American, they have now been here in this country 400 years. Now, when Donald Trump gave this information, when he signed this act into Congress, that these people have been here 400 years, that tells the story. Charleston, you got to reveal the truth. You've been lying on these people. You changed the name and you tried to glorify the lie. Well, it's time for that truth to be revealed, Charleston, the holy city.
What else do we don't know about Charleston?
Ooh, What else do we not know? Well, we don't know. There's a lot. See, Charleston is the city that is known for bringing the great majority, in just the 18th century alone, 1 century, 40% of the slaves were brought into America through the Charleston Gateway. Just 1 century, not all in total. And that's on page 151 in the Charleston Tour Guide Manual. But what don't you know? There's a lot you don't know. Why did Charleston choose to hang their slaves on trees? There's a reason that you chose to kill them by hanging. Huh? Why? Why did you mistreat these people and take their names away? And the people that did it glorify what they did by putting their name, Daughters of Confederacy, on the slave market. And then you change the name in 2010 and teach lies about the slave market, the largest slave market in America. Oh, there's a lot that people don't know about this city. Oh, so we're made to be storytellers. And we're certified tour guides, but we're storytellers. But when the tour guide tells lies, and you know, a big lie that Charleston tells is that these carriage steps, these carriage blocks are actually carriage blocks. You know, if they were really carriage blocks, you would see them at the majority of these houses. But you only see them in the front of very large houses, the most beautiful houses, over-exaggerated mansions. You only see those carriage steps in the front of the super large mansion houses. You know, a carriage step is usually inside the carriage, and when you stop the carriage, you put the step out, you step down, or you step in. Interesting. Because this city is the #1 city for selling slaves, buying and selling people. And every time you sold those people, they were made to stand on these slave auction blocks. So Charleston says they're carriage steps. Charleston is a lie when it comes to its true history. Those are slave auction blocks that your family, my family, were made to stand on so they could be higher so everyone can see who they're trying to purchase. You find the story all over the Bible in the curses. Deuteronomy chapter 28, the curses will tell you that you were going to be given to another people, that you were going to be brought from one country to another country by ships, and then when you got here, they're going to sell you. See, it's all documented in our book of spells, the Gospels, which people don't really understand or read. We're the #1 city for churches. We're the capital of religion. The capital of religion. Per capita, Rome is second to Charleston. We got all of the churches, and inside of every church, there's a Holy Bible. Holy Bible is the holy city. But you see, that's religion. You know, religion was introduced to the slaves when they got on the ship. Before they got on the ship, they didn't know this religion. On the ship, you were baptized and given a Christian name on the ship. You know, Charleston has lots of lies that they have to reveal, and this is the time of the golden pineapple. In the Gullah culture, this is the time for the revealing. The truth is going to be made known. The slave said, "Kumbaya, my Lord." They were telling the chariots to come down, swing low, sweet chariots, pick us up, Kumbaya. It's a very significant song that they would sing. You know, that's a Hebrew song. Interesting. Oh, at Charleston. Yeah, very excited. It's a good time for us. We Gullah Geechee people.
Godfrey KHill, thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate this.
Thank you, Quintin. Close-ups. I appreciate you.
Anytime.
I appreciate you as well, my friend.
Anytime. I appreciate it.
All right.